Alright, what's up lefties? I have a video just for you guys since, apparently, Nestride Yumga is not, one, American enough, first generation black enough in general, is some type of white man shill, and all these other things. Let's go ahead and take some of the most respected names in the black community of people who have actually made it and see what they have to say about racism.
Wait, can I go back to, because I thought what you said was fascinating because you called it bull when you said people can't, pull themselves up. Do you think
He says it's bull when people can't pull themselves up. Not bold, bull, as in bullshit.
that race plays a part in wealth distribution, or either a mindset that you can't or
Today?
cannot? Yeah.
No.
Hang on, let's
You
go
don't.
back.
So can I go back to, because I thought what you said was fascinating because you called it bull when you said people can't, pull themselves up. Do you think that race plays a part in wealth distribution, or either a mindset that you can't or
Today?
cannot? Yeah.
No.
You don't?
Uh-oh.
No.
He
I
doesn't
don't.
think race plays
No.
a part in
You
financial
and I have no
disparity?
proof.
Morgan Freeman and Don Lemon are proof that racism doesn't exist, especially when it comes to a black person being able to financially sustain themselves. Because here's a top paid actor who is now one of the biggest voice actors in the history of the world, and Don Lemon, who is the mouthpiece for CNN. And for all of you who want to talk about Nestride Yumga being a shill for the white man, really need to address Don Lemon.
Why would race have anything to do with it? Put your mind to what you want to do and go for that.
Oh, you don't want to hear that.
It's kind of like religion to me. It's a good excuse for not getting there.
I said, and it's probably getting me in trouble, but I said to some of my colleagues recently, so I know that it's an issue, but it seems like every single day on television I'm talking about race, and it's because of the news cycle, it's in the news, but sometimes I get so tired of talking about it,
Now look at
I want
this.
to just go,
You see this? That is the body language where someone is telling you that they're getting ready to tell you some incredible secret, something that is mind-blowing, something that you probably haven't ever heard and is about to change your entire life, right? That's what that leaning in
about race, and
means.
it's because of the news cycle, it's in the news, but sometimes I get so tired of talking about it, I
He's
want to
going to
just go,
share the
this is
secret.
over, can we move on?
And if you talk about it, it exists.
Right.
Now, that face, that smile, I feel he wants to slap Don Lemon across the goddamn head because it almost looks like right there in his eyes, he's like, yeah, it exists. And you're the reason why, you dumbass. You just admitted that it is constantly running through the news cycle and you're the ones that are pushing it.
It's not like it exists and we refuse to talk about it, but making it a bigger issue than it needs to be is the problem we have.
Okay, so that's Morgan Freeman. Good actor. Don Lemon, both well respected names, although for those who respect Don Lemon, I think your opinion on respecting him is fucking foolish, but that's just my opinion. What about Denzel Washington? Is he not black enough or first generation enough, or is he some type of shill for the white man?
In America has been a problem, especially as opposed to minorities. And Roman delves into the issues around the legal system. Do you think we've made any headway in the
I
legal?
think it's more important to make headway in our own house.
Oh, wait, because it's not going to be a police issue that he's going to talk about. It's going to be a family issue, and the Black Lives Matter movement doesn't want to talk about this. How the reason that a lot of the kids who grow up that are black are a bunch of criminals is because their family life is broken. They don't have anyone to sit there and discipline them.
By the time the system comes into play, the damage is done. They're not locking up 7-year-olds.
So he is very specifically saying you can't blame the system when children who have no interaction with the system end up the way that they do, right? So if you have kids who are going out and committing crimes and all this other stuff before they ever have any interaction with the police, you can't blame that on the police.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, I was in Chicago a couple of 3-4 weeks ago, and we saw these little kids on bikes with masks on the side of their head, like 5 or 6 of them. And the driver said, "Yeah, they're little yummies." I said, "Who?" He said, "Little yummies. Look up, Google Little Yummy." Little Yummy was an 11-year-old murderer.
Wow.
And you look at his picture, you'll see the headshot of him. He's like this. And he got murdered at 11 by a 14-year-old
Wow.
who's doing life now, and a 16-year-old.
That makes no sense.
You blame the system?
How? How can you blame the system for something like that? And that's the type of culture that a lot of black people live in. It's not police brutality, it's not inequality, inequity, or any of the other leftist terms that you guys, these little keywords, these phrases that you guys like to throw around. It's responsibility, it's family unit, the things that you don't have, that you don't even want to espouse as quality.
Where was his father? It starts in the house. It starts in the home.
But nobody wants to
And
hear
yeah,
that.
well, my father got locked up. Well,
Well,
where
where
was
was
his
his
father?
father?
Yeah.
You know, like I did talk about my three closest friends, and they did, 15 and 25. One did 28, this and that. I was the only one of the three that had a father.
But we don't want to
And
talk about this.
even though my parents were together, but I still had a father who was a gentle man and a good example.
Yeah.
And they didn't. We can blame the system if we want, but they didn't lock any of us up at 7.
Yeah.
We were all doing enough to get locked up at 13. My parents sent me in another direction. They didn't have anybody to help them, and they kept doing what they was doing, and the system got them. So I don't. The system is rigged, but why? All the more reason not to help it.
Okay, so you got those, right? What about this one? Morgan Freeman again. Here we go.
Black History Month you find
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
You're going to relegate my history to a month?
oh come on
What do you do with yours?
Now this is old, so look at him. He's very much a lefty, and you watch him backpedal when Morgan Freeman starts confronting him with some really tough questions. What month is your history month?
Which month is White History Month?
Now watch what he says. I'm Jewish.
Well, come on, tell me.
well I'm Jewish.
And then he calls him again.
Okay, which month is Jewish History Month?
We don't have
There
one.
isn't one.
Oh, why not?
Yeah.
Do you want one?
No
No, I don't either. I don't want a Black History Month.
Oh, you guys aren't gonna like this. The left, you're gonna hate this phrase.
Black history is American history.
How are we going to get rid of racism
Stop talking about it.
Oh, huh.
I'm going to stop calling you a white man.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask you to stop calling me a black man.
Not. No, no, look how polite Morgan Freeman is when he's actually talking about how to really solve racism. He takes responsibility for himself and says, I am going to stop calling you a white man. And then to add another layer, a layer of civility on top of it, he then says, then I'm going to ask you to stop calling me a black man. Not tell you, not demand from you. I'm going to ask you to stop calling me a black man.
I know you as Mike Wallace. You know me as Morgan Freeman.
Oh, is that really that hard? Okay, here's the craziest one I found.
At the age of 12 years old.
Because there's no way in fucking hell you guys can't tell me that Lil Wayne ain't black enough. You guys are fucking off your goddamn rocker if you're gonna say that.
At the age of 12 years old, I shot myself. I was in the house. Police knocked on the door. I was right there. They knocked the door down. Everybody jumped over my body to go get the guns and drugs and whatever they could find. It took one guy to stop right there and cuss everybody that hopped over me out. Like, what the f*** are y'all doing? They said, oh, no, we was going to see if it, what the f*** are y'all doing? We called the ambulance.
Now, you hear what he's talking about, and you're like, oh, well, these are all cops, so this is obviously a story about him hating the police,
Called the
right?
ambulance. An ambulance, do you not see this kid on the floor with this hole in his chest? Say, you drive. Pick me up. Brought me to the hospital. He didn't drop me off at the ambulance and say, you take him. He brought me to the hospital room and made two and stood there and waited till the doctor said he's gonna make it. He said, don't worry, my name's Uncle Bob. He was white as snow. That hopped over me was blacker than me.
Let's go through that again.
He was white as snow. Them that hopped over me was blacker than me.
Was he a cop?
Yeah, he was a cop, and my life was saved by a white man. I don't know what racism is. I know a good name Uncle Bob, though.
Okay, where do I go from here, guys? What the fuck else do I have to put on YouTube for you guys to fucking get it? Because if this isn't a touching story from someone that you would expect to hate the fucking police, like I don't get it, guys. You're all fucking crazy. We'll see you in the next one.